Messiah is a savior and a conqueror.
Joseph, follow me.
I.U.I.C. TV.
Lend unto many nations.
And they say what?
And thou shalt lend unto many nations.
So God said if we keep the commandments, we're going to lend unto many nations. We're going to control the economy. We're going to control the banking system. Right? And we would be borrowing the monies to the other nations.
Read. And thou shalt not borrow.
And thou shalt not borrow. So we weren't made to borrow from the nations, to be a servant unto the nations. Read.
And the Lord shall make thee the head.
And God is going to make the Israelites the top and richest nation. Read.
And not the tail.
And not the tail, not the poorest nation, not the least nation. Read.
And thou shalt be above only.
And the Israelites, God made us to be above only. Read.
And thou shalt not be beneath.
And thou shalt not be beneath any nations. Read.
If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God.
So we had a choice. That's why he said, if thou hearken. So we had a choice. Read.
Which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them.
Read.
And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words.
So God said we must not go aside from the commandments that he gave us. Read.
Which I command thee this day. To the right hand.
So don't turn to the left or to the right. Read.
Or to the left. To put after other gods.
So anytime we turn away from the commandments, we serve other gods. Right? No. Once we follow the gods of the nation, we worshiping idols. So that's why you see, as a people, as a chosen people, we are not blessed. That's why you see we are at the bottom of all nations. Read verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
So here Moses is saying, prophesying again what is going to take place in the future.
Read. If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So if we would not listen to the law, statutes, and commandments that God gave us in the wilderness. Read.
To observe to do all his commandments. And his statutes, which I command thee this day. That all these curses.
That what?
All these curses.
He said that all these curses in the Bible gonna what?
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Shall come upon the Israelites and overtake the Israelites. Right? Of course, it's a good thing or a bad thing. So let us see some of the curses that happened to the Israelites for being disobedient to God's law. Remember, we are at the bottom of all nations. Read 43 for me. Let me show you this.
Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee.
So the stranger is the other nations. He's talking about the white man, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Arabs, and so forth. Read the strangers.
Read. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
Very high, meaning they will rule over us. They will control the industries. They will have their own military, their own technology, right? They will get above us very high. They will be able to do space travel. They will be able to invent planes and fly from one continent to the other, right? So they get above us very high. Read.
And thou shalt come down very low.
And we come down very low. Very low means very poor. This is why we have to sell on the streets to make ends meet. This is why when we open a store, it don't prosper. But the other nations come here, set up stores, and get rich within 5 and 10 years. they could get rich. They could go in the bank and get any type of money. Because why? These curses does not apply to them. But these curses will be upon the Israelites for disobeying God's word. Read.
He shall lend to thee.
So the white man, the stranger, because remember, when Israel came out of Egypt, there was a mixed multitude. So that's who the Most High talking about. He said, the stranger shall what?
And he shall lend to thee.
So the stranger, which is the white man and the other nation, shall lend to the Israelites.
And thou shalt not lend to him.
So this is why every year our governments, our leaders always have to go to the white man, to the World Bank, to the IMF, right? To the other nations to get loans to help run this country. Read.
He shall be the head,
So the white man shall be the head,
and thou shalt be the tail.
and we're going to be the tail. Right? Read 16 for me. I'm going to show you what's taking place in the city here.
Verse 16.
Uh-huh.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
So it said, cursed in the city. Who are the people that are cursed in the city? Who are the people in every city that you go? They are cursed. Black people. Because they're liming on the street, that's a curse. They have to sell on the street to make ends meet, that's a curse. Look in the market there, how much fellas selling drugs, how much women prostituting, that's a curse. When you go to a place like Trinidad, right, and you have to go in the ghettos, who live in the ghettos? Black people. But they are not black, they are the children of Israel. You
That's
understand? Right? So they shall be living in ghettos. Read.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
So they shall be cursed in the field. Right? This is a curse. They have to work the plantations because pay. That's a curse. For hundreds of years, cotton fields. You check. Read it again.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
So cursed in the city, we shall be poor in the city. Read.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
In the field, you are cursed. That is the judgment that God put on the Israelites for being disobedient. Read.
Cursed shall be the basket and thy stove.
Cursed shall be thy basket. A basket is something that holds food, right? It means that we wouldn't have enough food, or a basket will be cursed. Why we wouldn't have enough food? Because they set up laws to oppress us. They pay us minimum wages, right? We could only own a job, we can't own a good business, right? So read it again. Cursed shall what?
Cursed shall be the basket of thy stove.
And our stores will be cursed. That's why our stores cannot grow big like the other nations, right? Read again. Continue.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
He said, cursed be the fruit of our bodies, meaning our children. They will be cursed. They will be born under these same curses. These curses will come upon them for generation after generation. Right? Read.
And the fruit of thy land.
And the fruit of thy land. Read.
The increase of thy kind.
Go ahead.
And the flocks of thy sheep.
So that's why you see, we cannot have a multitude of flocks. Right? We cannot have a multitude of flocks like the other nations, or they produce meat, right? Yes, they will be cursed. Read.
Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in.
So when we come into this world, we're going to born under these curses that we're reading here. Read.
And cursed shall thou be when thou goest out.
So this curse is going to be upon us all the days of our life. So we're born poor, we're going to dead poor. We're born not knowing who we are, and we're going to die without knowing who we are. Right? That's a curse. Read.
The Lord shall send upon thee cursing.
So the Lord shall send upon the Israelites cursing,
vexation.
That's why we're so argumentative. We always are having strife against one another. Right? We're always angry. We're always hating on one another. Read it again.
And the Lord shall send upon thee cursing.
And God will send upon us the cursing, vexation,
and rebuke.
And rebuke. Anything we put our hand to do, there will be a stumbling block in our way. Right? Rebuke. Read.
In all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do.
That's why you see we're not prosperous. Read.
Until thou be destroyed.
Until we were mentally destroyed as a people. Mentally destroyed. Meaning we don't know who we are. We don't know our history. You understand? We're thinking we're Grenadians. Right? Because we're mentally destroyed.
And until thou perish quickly.
Until thou perish quickly. Now, how did we came from Africa? How did we came from Africa, our ancestors? To the western part of the world. How did we came from Africa to Grenada? And what? On slave ships. Oh, here it is in the Bible. Read 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
And the Lord shall bring the Israelites into Egypt. Egypt here is a metaphor. It is symbolic. It have a meaning. It means slavery. So let me get what it means.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So what Egypt means? House of bondage. Give me another word for bondage. Slavery. So Egypt means slavery. Read 68.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
And the Lord shall bring the Israelites into Egypt, meaning slavery again with what?
With ships.
So that's how we end up on the island of Grenada from Africa. On ships. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So they came here and they never saw their homeland again. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So he said, and there, meaning right here, right? We were sold. We were what?
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
We were put on auction blocks and was sold to the different plantation owners, right? Still cash, men and women, children, high price for the slaves, right? Read it again.
And there and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Thou shalt see it no more again. Never saw here again. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So we were sold to different plantation owners, right?
For bondmen.
For what?
Bondmen.
Bondmen. Bondmen.
And bondwomen.
And bondwomen. Walk the fields. Read.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall redeem us from these curses. Every black leader that rise up to deliver us from captivity, they kill them. Martin Luther, Marcus Garvey, Maurice Bishop, because they wanted to get away from white oppression.
That's right.
They kill them. Because why? We constantly breaking God's law. Read 32 for me. 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So he said, thy sons and daughters will be sold unto another people. You were taken from Africa and were given to the white man by the other nations. Right? We're going to read that in, because remember they don't say, go get Joel chapter 3 for me. Because remember they say, okay, blacks sold the blacks, they sold their own people. No, it's Africans that sold the Israelites. Two different black nations was two different race of people. Right? Because the Egyptians and the Ethiopians are black, but they are not the same people. Right? So black people are also our enemy, Africans. That's why when they go to Africa, they call us runaway slaves. You understand? They hate us. They can't stand us.
Read. Book of George, 3 and verse 1.
Verse 3, read.
Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
And they have what?
Cast lots for my people.
What do you call this? That's auction sales. So they cast lots. $1, $2. They used to bid on the slaves. Read.
And they shall cast lots for my people.
So this is what they do. They cast lots for God's people. Read.
And have given a boy for an harlot.
And they give a boy for an harlot. They used to buy this, the strong slaves, the big strong male slave, and they make him into a breeding slave. Because after a time, it became too expensive for them to bring slaves from Africa to the West. Right? So they start breeding them. So they make a boy for an harlot. Read.
And sold a girl for wine.
And they sold a girl for wine. Meaning they used to have party with the slaves and have sex with them. Especially when the slave master, when they gather together to have fun. Right? So they sold a girl for wine that they might drink. That they might drink, have a good time. Read.
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyree?
So he said, and yea, what have ye to do with me, Oh, Tyre. Tyre is an African nation, a black nation. From today they call that country Lebanon, right?
Read. And Zidon.
And Zidon, that is in Lebanon. If you look at the map, you're going to see the location of these places.
Read. And all the coasts of Palestine.
All the coasts of Palestine. Who are the Palestinians? Who are the Palestinians? That's the Arabs.
That's right.
Right?
Read. Will you render me a recompense?
So God said, will you render me a recompense? Read.
And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
So God is going to judge them. The same thing that they did to us, God is going to judge them. Read.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold.
They rob us. That's why you see we are in this situation. Read.
And have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
Goodly pleasant things. Go ahead.
The children also of Judah.
So the children of Judah, who is Judah? Watch me. The children of Judah, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which is the southern kingdom. Read.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem.
The children of Jerusalem is from Ephraim, come right down to Naphtali. So you can remember the kingdom was split into two.
Read. Have ye sold unto the Grecians?
Have you what?
Sold unto the Grecians.
So the black Africans and the Arabs sold the Israelites to the white man.
That's right.
That's what they did. Read.
That ye might remove them from far from the border.
So they removed the Israelites far from the borders. They came to the west. And today we are the descendants of these people, right? And we know nothing about our homeland. Everything was taken away from us. Right, go back.
If you don't want it, then.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse.
Read 32 and 33 and then jump to 48. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Our people was sold to another race of people. And history can tell you that. Prove that in history. So that's how we know that the Bible is true. And the Bible is speaking about us.
And their eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long.
So after they were sold, the family was separated. Right? They changed their names. Many of them went to Carriacou, St. Vincent, Dominica, and so forth, right? And they never saw them again. So they had tears in their eyes. They longed for the children. Read.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
So during them time, we had no power to rescue our children. We had no economic might, no political might. You understand? To rescue our children. Read.
The fruit of thy land.
So it said the fruit of the land is the resources. Watch this. The fruit of the land, the cotton, banana, the cocoa, the nutmeg, the sugar cane. Right? The fruit of the land.
The fruit of thy land and all thy labor.
And free labor. We never got paid up to today. We never got paid for all the work that we did. Read.
Shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up?
So who's the nation? Watch this, brother. Watch this. Read it again. Shall a nation
which thou knowest not eat up?
The French, Dutch, the Spaniards, they use the resources in the kingdom. That's why you see they're so rich. That's why you see they're on top of everything. Right? Because of slave labor. America was built on slave labor. Free labor. Read.
And thou shalt only be oppressed and crushed always.
Then they set up laws to oppress us. Right? That's why you see men like Martin Luther, Marcus Garvey, they fight for our freedom. Malcolm X, but they got killed in the process because of the oppression. Jim Crow laws, they set up laws to keep us oppressed. This is what God has said will happen to the Israelites for breaking his law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right. Verse 48.
Read 45, go on. Go over, yeah.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses.
So for breaking God's law,
all these curses
that are written here, what we're reading to you,
read, shall come upon thee.
Shall come upon the Israelites, and you can clearly see it, that these curses only apply to us. Read.
And shall pursue thee.
And shall what?
Pursue thee.
And shall pursue the Israelites.
And overtake thee. Till thou be destroyed.
Till we are destroyed mentally. Because remember, they changed our names. They give us Christianity. They give us all these false religions. So all that is destroy us. Go ahead.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Because we refuse to listen to what God commands us to do. We prefer follow what the white man say and the other nations say. Okay? We don't want to hear what our God say. Read.
To keep his commandments.
To what?
Keep his commandments.
To keep his commandments
And his statutes which I command thee this day.
and his statutes unto this day. Read.
And they shall be upon thee.
And these curses, and these curses that we're reading here, like slavery, being at the bottom of all nations, right? And all
shall be upon thee for a sign.
what does the sign do? So these curses that we're reading here is showing you what? No, the signs what? What sign is showing us? Because remember, the Israelites don't know who they are. So he said, read it again.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
And the curses shall be upon the Israelites for a sign. What does a sign do? To identify a place or thing, like Grenadian optical. Now these curses will identify you, that you are what? The children of Israel.
That's right.
That's it.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word